Hundreds of feet below the ocean's surface, hidden within the submerged ruins of Dwarka, local legends speak of a strange stone box. Inside this box rests an ancient weapon, one considered the most lethal force in the universe. To understand exactly what this weapon is, we have to look at a massive assembly of kings thousands of years ago. A ruler named Shishupala stood before the crowd, shouting insults and abuses at Krishna. For 99 consecutive offenses, Krishna sat perfectly still, listening in complete silence. But the moment Shishupala uttered his 100th insult, Krishna finally looked up. A blinding, circular flash of light erupted through the hall. In a fraction of a second, with only a faint sound, Shishupala's severed head fell to the floor. This was the Sudarshan Chakra. What makes this display so terrifying is the absolute precision of the wielder. The weapon is only unleashed when the final, precise limit of Krishna's 100-insult vow has been reached, leaving zero chance for failure. Which brings up a glaring historical contradiction. During the Mahabharata, the bloodiest conflict of its era, Krishna possessed a weapon that could have wiped out the entire opposing Kaurava army in a matter of seconds. Yet he chose never to use it on that battlefield. Instead, he willingly took on the role of an unarmed, humble charioteer for the warrior Arjuna, guiding him through the grueling combat day by day. Why would a deity holding a device that can bend reality decide to let a devastating human war play out naturally, rather than ending the slaughter instantly? According to ancient texts like the Vishnu Purana, the Sudarshan Chakra was forged from blazing solar dust, material scraped directly from the sun. The lore describes a metallic disc bordered by exactly 108 serrated blades. When this disc rotates in the air, its velocity is so extreme that the resulting friction actually strips electrons off the surrounding gas molecules, igniting the air itself into a blazing field of plasma. But treating it as a standard physical projectile misses how it actually functions. Some modern analyses compare its mechanics to quantum entanglement. The chakra is essentially a mind-linked extension of Vishnu's own consciousness. This diagram illustrates that exact theoretical mechanic. Wherever the wielder focuses their mind, the weapon doesn't bother flying through the physical space between point A and point B. It simply bypasses the distance and instantly materializes at its target. It operates entirely outside the boundaries of conventional physics. It functions purely as an unerring, immediate manifestation of divine will. We can actually see this extreme environmental control during the 14th day of the Mahabharata war. Krishna needed to draw out an enemy commander named Jayadratha before sunset to save Arjuna's life. He deployed the chakra not to strike an opponent, but to artificially block the sun. By plunging the battlefield into a sudden, total darkness, he manipulated the enemy's perception of time, tricking Jayadratha into stepping out of hiding. But the weapon's capacity to break physical laws goes much further, as seen in the story of the wrathful sage Durvasa Rishi. After the sage unfairly cursed one of Krishna's devotees, the chakra was deployed. It acted as an unstoppable force, tearing through the boundaries of our universe to relentlessly pursue the sage across completely different dimensions. Durvasa fled to the highest planes of existence, from Brahmaloka to Shivaloka, seeking asylum. Yet no complex geography and no higher divine authority possessed the power to outrun or halt the weapon's pursuit. The Sudarshan Chakra ignores all boundaries of space, time, and dimension. Once locked on, it behaves as an inevitable force of cosmic erasure. To grasp why deploying this in a mortal war would be catastrophic, we have to contextualize it against other ancient weapons of mass destruction. Take the Brahmastra, for instance, which is recorded as a device that completely incinerates physical matter, leaving behind only radioactive ash. This compares that destruction to the Pashupatastra. While the Brahmastra has a localized blast radius, the Pashupatastra acts like a micro-black hole generator, completely destabilizing the environment. The Sudarshan Chakra operates on a higher tier, interacting with reality's structure and unraveling the space-time grid. Victory in a human war achieved through this level of cosmic interference risks a universal reset. Ending the very reality Krishna aimed to save would be the ultimate cost of using the weapon improperly. This brings us back to the reality of Krishna's time on Earth. Despite holding absolute power, His human life was defined by immense personal suffering. He was separated from his parents at birth, forced to leave his greatest love behind, and spent his years fighting a relentless stream of assassins and wars. He held the universe's ultimate reset button, but the responsibility of that power meant he could only activate it when the total cosmic balance of Dharma was irreparably lost. His choice to step down and guide Arjuna's chariot through the mud and blood of the Mahabharata wasn't a sign of weakness. It proves his deep commitment to letting humans resolve their own natural struggles, rather than handing them an artificial divine victory. Which leaves us with a lingering modern mystery. Ancient texts suggest that when Krishna left this world, he intentionally left the chakra buried deep within the submerged city of Dwarka, hiding it where human greed could never reach or trigger its devastating power. Krishna's ultimate legacy, and the true lesson of the Sudarshan Chakra, is profoundly clear. True divine power is never measured by the capacity to destroy. It is measured by the absolute discipline to endure.